Siddur Snippet series is generously sponsored by the Saka family and by Elad Avram Foreman for a Shlema Adasa Rachel Baschana Golder. We're on the 18th bracha of the Amida. We've been making our way through Modim, or expression of gratitude, the prerequisite of gratitude, the foundation of gratitude. The same word Modim means grateful and also means an admission. We admit, Hashem, we're not independent and proud. We rely and depend entirely on you. You are our rock. You are our shield intergenerationally. Nodelecha. We acknowledge you, Nisaper. We tell the story of your goodness and your kindness. And we last left off al Nishmoseinu Apkudos Lach, our soul that is a pikadon that is entrusted to you. So we're up to the words al Nisecha Shebechol Yom Imanu, and for the miracles that every day are with us. Every day are with us. What is the word Imanu? Could you say al Nisecha Shebechol Yom? We're grateful to you, and we concede and we admit that you do miracles. We are the beneficiaries of daily miracles from you. Why do we add the words Imanu? So the Rokeach has an interesting interpretation, and it's very relevant to this time of year and the Yontiv we're about to celebrate. The Rokeach says, Al Nisech Shebechol Yom Imanu, what this phrase means is not what we classically and typically, and what we'll soon explain it to mean, which is that even the ordinary is extraordinary, even the natural is supernatural, even the things we take for granted every day are in themselves miracles. It's not how the Rokeach understands. Rokeach understands what are we modim for? Shanu omdim v'kayamim. The fact that we exist, that we're still here, that our people are still telling a story. Writes the Rokeach, even though in every generation they rise against us to destroy us. In every generation they launch rockets and they launch attacks and they wage war and they open many fronts in Israel, on campuses and in around the world. And we defy all the laws of nature, all the laws of history. The fact that we're still here, that the Jewish people are arguably as strong as ever, it's a miracle. And that's why, says the Rokeach, it's al nisecha shebechol yom, the daily miracle of our existence, the daily miracle of the Jewish people story, imanu. That's why in the plural, and that's why it's with us, Kadosh Baruch Hu matzilenu miyadam im nisim shebechol yom, the daily miracle that we're still here. Today, 10 rockets were launched from Gaza to Israel, the biggest flurry of rockets in a significant amount of time, halavai the last time, and it's a miracle. Rockets get launched at a country, at innocent civilians, and it's a miracle. There are daily miracles, shebechol yom, and it's imanu, says the Rokeach, it is a daily miracle with us, and the miracle that we're referring to in Modim is the miracle of our existence. So you don't have to wait for the Pesach Seder to sing V'hisha Amda, the old tune, the new tune, makpid on both tunes, whichever tune you sing V'hisha Amda. You don't have to wait for the Seder and Haggadah and Pesach to remember that every day our existence is a miracle. In the great words of the poet Yaakov Shweki, we are a miracle. We are a miracle. And that's what we're saying, Al Nisecha Shebechol Yom Imanu. The daily miracle, Imanu, that you practice with us, that we are still here. That's the Rokeach's, I will say it novel, but it may not be novel, but it may be the less familiar interpretation. The more familiar interpretation, perhaps the more obvious kavana, is the daily miracles that Hashem does for us when we think they're not miracles. Person woke up this morning, everything's working, your eyes, your ears, your feet, your hands, your legs, you're able to eat and digest and eliminate the food you ate. Those are miracles. Miracles. The human body is the most extraordinary factory anywhere on earth, created by Hashem Almighty. The fact that we can stand, just think about a person's height and weight distribution, and that our feet, however big your feet are, they're small relative to the rest of the body, and the strength in the ankles, the fact that we don't tip over. Just think about the physics of being able to stand up, of being able to walk and be coordinated and bend those ankles that are also holding up and balancing the body all naturally without thinking about it. These are the Nisech Shebechol Yom, these are miracles. They're not miracles like 10 plagues or splitting a sea. It's a miracle that you ate, you digested, you eliminate. You know that they're miracles when they stop working. When the legs or the ankles or the hips or the knees give out, you know that it was a miracle when they worked. When the eyes, God forbid, need to be repaired, you know it was a miracle when they worked. That these are not things to be taken for granted, they are daily miracles. And this is a famous comment of the Ramban, the end of Parshas Bo. The Ramban writes similarly in his introduction to Sefer Iyov. The Ramban writes, Min anisim hagdolim uforsamim adam modeh banisim anistarim. It is through the big miracles. Why did Hashem create such pomp and circumstance? Why did He take us out of Mitzrayim with such fanfare? Why couldn't he have done it in a more subtle way? Why did it have to be with Nisim Gdolim Mefursamim, with publicized and obvious and extraordinary miracles? Because it's through the extraordinary, publicized, well-known miracles that Adam Modim B'Nisim Anastarim Shem Yisod Torah Kula, that we can see Hashem is not just found in the big revealed miracles, Hashem is in the daily miracles of life. The Ramban writes, very stark, very strong words, that a person doesn't have a chelik in Torah's Moshe Rabbeinu. In other words, you're not part of the Masorah, and you're not a part of the Torah community, and you have no chelik in the Jewish people, in Torah's Moshe, until you believe with all your heart that there is no such thing as nature, that these are all miracles. Whether it happens collectively to us, as a people or individually. And then the Ramban writes this in the context of Schar Va'onesh. So is the Ramban saying there's no such thing as natural? Gravity? The Ramban is denying gravity. The Ramban is denying the immutable laws of nature. That the sun is going to come up, the sun is going to go down, that we can already predict and anticipate 100, 1,000 years from now exactly what time the sun will come up and what time it will go down. The Ramban denies nature altogether. So we'll pick up tomorrow night with the incredible interpretation of this Ramban by Rav Moshe Twersky, Hashem Yikom Damo, tremendous Talmid Chacham, who frames this Ramban a little bit differently than we're used to, but I think can lend a lot of light, insight onto these words, Al Nisecha Shebechol Yom Imanu. These miracles, even if you believe in nature, within the nature, there are miracles that are happening constantly to us and for us.